Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Marky Marks Tarot. Cool. That's how much this shit costs. Holy shit. Dang. It's pretty expensive. It's pretty cool. It's pretty wicked. That's pretty much what I got anyway. It's pretty wicked. I like that. Hey Amy, how you doing? How you feeling? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is good. I was just looking at some tarot decks on Amazon. My friend used this deck the other day, but I was gonna get it, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't need no more damn decks. I gotta hold myself back from spending money on unnecessary things that I don't use. I have so many decks, but I keep using my same one because that's what I like. Oh man, that sucks. Hope you feel better, sweetheart. Sending healing your way. I don't blame you. Sometimes we have to take a step back from everything and just, chill out. Doing this type of work, you absorb a lot of energy. You absorb a lot of people's, mentality, energy, stress, anxiety. Sometimes we get attached because we care too much. It's it's the way it is. Then when you have kids like you do, it's a pain in the ass because you have to deal with them. You have to deal with their emotions, their feelings, their bullshit. So yeah, I feel you. Yeah, sometimes you gotta take time. Well, I took a long time off. Last year I wasn't really online too much. Towards the end of the year I was, but during last year I was doing a renovation. So when I was finished work, I didn't even want to come online anymore. And I needed that break. I needed to get rid of like all everybody's energy and people that I didn't like. And it actually was the best thing I did because the less I came on, the less they looked for me. And then I found new people like yourself and other people that I met recently. Fucking hell. So yeah, I met a lot of new people this year. And it's a lot better now. I've got a lot of decent people in my life now. I don't have a lot of like these crazy ass psychics I used to know and used to deal with. Crazy ass people I used to deal with. They used to come in here and aggravate the shit out of me. Now I got a nice little crew, a nice, I still got my old crew and mixed with the new crew, and it's nice. Got a nice balance of people, and I don't let nobody drain me in here, that's for sure. That ain't happening. As soon as I feel like someone's annoying me or I feel like someone needs to know about what I need to say, I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Margie, guess what? I'm making my own deck right now. I'm using the website you told me about. Oh, yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah. Oh, shit. You messaged me earlier, didn't you? I'm sorry. I'm like, you remember you said something. My sister annoys the shit out of me. So I'm always dealing with her, so I forget about everything else. Okay, yeah, I got it. Yeah, see, I told you it was gonna work on the laptop. Yeah, you got it. Cool, I see it now. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, the laptop it'll work a lot better back then. It'll work a lot better. Yeah, Amy, like I told you before, Amy, that it gets to a point where you can't let that shit bother you. Like you just gotta take it in, and whoever's aggravating you, you just get rid of 'em. I'm gonna tell you something I've told a lot of people. When somebody comes in your chat room and they drain you, or they like, even if they're paying you, it doesn't matter. Because if you're just having that person, I'm just giving examples of things. I'm not saying this is what you do, right? But even if that person is paying you, it doesn't matter because that's just like if somebody's aggravating, you just got to get rid of them. You just if you their energy is too intense, but they pay, that doesn't mean that you should have them around. That's one example. That's what I learned the hard way as well. Second thing is feel free to treat people accordingly to how they treat you in your chat room. If they piss you off and they, flood your chat room with bullshit, get rid of them. Because for every person you get rid of, another person comes. Believe that when I tell you. Take it from me. I've been on here a while, and I'm sure I don't know how long you've been on here, but I've been on here for almost 4 years, and I've seen people come and go. The same people are not going to be in your chat room all the time. They're gonna branch off. They're gonna feel some type of way. Yeah, so you already know the deal. See, so you know the deal. But if you feel like you need these people to pay your bills, then that's not true. Because for every person that leaves, another one comes. And then you also have to make sure that you're on point. You yourself, you're physically fine. You're mentally fine because that's what you need to do. Like in order to read somebody, you have to be fine. Your life has to be good. Like you can't just come out here in public and read people's lives and have your own problems. Or if you feel like you need a break, take a fucking break. These people will go somewhere else. They'll come back when you come back. It'll be like a fresh breath of air, to that person and to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always noticed that I don't really care about the money part of everything because money don't phase me. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Like, but like people come in here and run their mouths and talk shit and flood up my room. When they do it, I'll just get rid of them. And then when they find themselves talking to themselves, they know that they did something wrong. Because I don't need nobody. You know, I don't need. You have to have the mentality. I don't need you. You fucking need me. But you got to say that and mean it. You can't just say it and say it in a conceited way, like, oh yeah, do you think I fucking need you type of shit? Not like that's not what I mean. Like I mean like you have to understand that these people need you because you're on point with your shit. You're making the effort to come out here and help people in a spiritual way. So if they can't respect you, then fuck them. You got to do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people they try and like bribe you with money or bribe you with, oh hey sweetheart, how you doing? And then laugh in your face and then go talk some shit somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? People used to do that. People do that shit all the time. But if you feel personally that you're not you're not on point or you just feel like you got to take a break, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're a flop. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean none of that shit. It means that you need a fucking break from crazy ass fucking people that aggravate the shit out of you. And I've had that plenty of times. I had to cut off a lot of people and say, look, oh, Mark, I love you. I don't give a fuck if you love me. You ain't draining my energy. You ain't coming in here and draining me. You ain't talking no shit in here. Hell no. I'm 46 years old. You ain't coming here acting like no 6-year old. I'm not running a nursery. I'm running a YouTube channel. And if you come in here and aggravate me, I don't feel no way of getting rid of you because you're no loss to me. Believe me. Because God will bring somebody else around here that needs me, really needs me in a spiritual way or in a reading type of way or a mediumship way. And that's how everybody should feel, and that's how everybody should run the channel. If these people need us, you don't need them like that. And if you think you need them, then you're wrong. Because the right people will come where they become your friends, they'll become family, they'll become supportive, and they will do what it takes to make you happy because you made them happy. It's all about reciprocating trust, love, and friendship, and respect. Once you get that from like 10 people, there's 10 people will put food on your table because they trust you. People need people, yes, but we don't need the in-between people that come just to talk shit and act up and leech. You know what I'm saying? There's people, they don't faze me. I'm here to do like, real shit. I'm not here to entertain no fucking idiots. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time for no little bullshit, Ronnie. I'm not here to listen to your fucking problems and then you don't get anything. You don't get a reading, or you're here fucking leeching off of messages every day. I ain't got no time for that. I'm here for serious purposes only. I joke more than anybody. I'm always joking and laughing, talking shit. But when it comes down to somebody's reading, I take pride and joy in it. I make sure like I do my very best. Because at the end of the day, you're paying me, right? When I pay somebody, I expect you to do my shit properly too. But I understand you totally, Amy. It's yeah, and exactly, but that's the thing. Like, if you taking a break doesn't mean that something's wrong. It just means that you need to regroup and you know what to do next time. And another thing is like try not to do it too many times. Try not to like go live a million times a day or multiple times, like too many times, because that shit also can be very draining. And then people just expect to come in there and just like put your shit on you. And see, when you're a nice person like you are and I am and other readers that I know, we have a big heart. We want to help everybody. But sometimes when we're helping, we're draining our energy, we're draining our emotions. And then we become their minds and they become ours. Like, so it's like, fuck this. Like, no, wait. I try to come on here every night for like 2 hours. And if I'm talking to everybody, sometimes I don't even pull cards, like messages. I just sit here and talk to everybody and have a great time talking about things, different subjects. Talking about, majority of the time, I'm talking about relationships and shit like that. And people just saying how fucked up people are and things like that. Sometimes people ask me random questions and I would talk about it. It's fine. I'm good. As long as you're not coming in here aggravating me and dissing me or talking shit, then we're good. People come and go. People are people. Yeah, 8 hours is too much. In my opinion, doing this type of stuff for 8 hours is too much. But like I said, now this is the thing, if it's your full-time job, then I totally understand. Like if this is your full-time job, then I agree. Yeah, 8 hours, you can come. I know I have one of my best psychic friends works 8 to 10 hours a day on the site that she's on. She's on there 24/7 and she makes money. She makes good money on the site she works on. But she says sometimes it's boring as hell. She'll be in there a whole hour and nobody gets a reading or whatever. Nobody gets nothing. Nobody gives her shit. And then some days it's bombarded. It's the same thing on here. Some days I get a lot of people. Some days there's no people. You can't expect to be, to be paid every day. You can't expect, if you are expecting that, then there's something wrong with you. But the only thing you should have is confident expectations that things will be good when it needs to be good for you. That's it. Because at the end of the day, doing this type of work full time, it takes a lot of pride and joy. It takes a lot of trust And you also have to like make sure that you don't get caught up in like people's lives. Like try not to let people be like your buddies and clients at the same time, because that's when you have a downfall. That's when you're like your emotions will start to get into that person's reading, and then the reading won't come out the way it's supposed to come out, because you're wanting the best for that person because you feel sorry for that person. There's a lot of things that you have to understand when you do shit. It's like we have to like keep all that shit out of the way, because then you're gonna be like, oh fuck, you know? Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm saying it, because I'm been through that shit already, and I know you have, and I know other people. That's why I try and teach a lot of people, like, you gotta keep all that shit out of the way and focus mainly on what your job and what your purpose is. You're there to read for that person, deal with it, make sure you get the right answers, and leave your emotions and leave your thoughts out of it. Let spirit deal with it. And then once you get to that point, you'll be the best at your own game. But it takes a while to understand that. See, because you have to have I don't give a fuck about you in mentality in order to read about that person. Like, but in a good way, not like a fucked up way. You know what I mean? Like you can care about that person, but do that shit after you read, or you know things like that on the side. But when you're actually reading somebody, try and keep your whole thoughts and worries and mind out of that person's life. Even if you know everything about them, it's harder to do it that way. It's really hard for me to read for like family members sometimes because I want the best outcome. Or if I really know you and like you, reading for you is gonna have a hard outcome. It's hard to get the right outcome because you're like worried about what the outcome is gonna be. When you flip over those cards, you're like, ah, fuck. Sometimes it happens. Like you're like, ah, man, wish I had better news. But some people would lie. Some people would say, well, you know, I think it's gonna be okay. I think when you hear what I think, and I don't know, and I'll see what happens. And, sometimes we don't want to break people's hearts, but if you're asking, then you got to get an answer, and no answer is an answer. So I understand it's very difficult. That's why I like reading for people I don't know personally, because that's when I get the right answers. When I read for people I know personally, it's difficult because I want the outcome to be great for them. Because that's who I am. I want everybody to have a good reading. And when I do get a good reading for somebody that doesn't normally get a good reading, I'm happy as fuck. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell are you doing tonight? What's been going on? Like, this is amazing. I love it. Like, I get excited, to be honest. I can for you, yes. I'm doing whatever you like. I'm doing whatever you like message. Whatever message you want, I can give it to you. I got angel messages here, actually. Let me go get it real quick. In my doggy. Well, my advice comes from experience. So I only talk from experience, and I talk because I know, because I've been through that shit and I'm done what I had to do. And I try and help everybody, but you also have to help yourselves. You don't have to do everything I say, or you don't have to do anything. You just got to take care of yourself. In order to be a really good reader, in my opinion, you have to tell the truth, even if the truth is going to hurt that person. But as soon as you start doubting what spirit puts in front of you when you flip over those cards, that's when shit goes wrong for you. That's the truth. And that's what makes me the person I am. Because everybody's like, I know Mark's gonna tell me the truth. You know, when people say that to me, I know I'm gonna hear the blunt truth from you. I know you're gonna tell me the truth, Mark. And I know I might not want to hear it, but at least I'm gonna hear it from you. I know I'm gonna get validation when I talk to you. Because I know you're not gonna give me the fucking sugar coated donuts during the reading. If it is good, you're gonna tell me. If it ain't good, you're gonna tell me too. And even if the person's super excited, it don't make no difference. You know, I'm still gonna tell you no matter what the case may be. And sometimes people will come in here with a sad face and be like, Mark, you're right, I didn't get the job, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that. You know, shit like that. You know, so it's like, well, I'm sorry, but you know, you can make it better. You can make a change. You can make things better. You can do what you gotta do. All right, Amy, let's see what the angels have for you, sweetheart. Well, there we go. All right. Okay, Amy, you got divine timing. Divine timing. It says, your message is life is always unfolding in a perfect time space sequence. So, angel wisdom is encouraging you to move into a state of trust, knowing that good things are always unfolding for you. You may find yourself feeling impatient or unsettled, but instead of letting your ego and imagination pull you into a downward spiral, trust that your prayers are being answered and your plans will soon come to fruition in the way that is meeting your needs rather than your wants. You may feel that your prayers aren't being answered or your hopes aren't being realized, but you must know that the universe and your angels are always working towards the higher good and an outcome that will be best to serve you. When this card appears, trust the process. This card is a sign that your hopes and dreams are unfolding. You may not think so, but you need to remember that you may be working to human time. And whereas human time, whereas God is always working on soul time. Isn't that true? Which can never be measured or rushed. You are being guided to know that your angel team is with you right now, encouraging you to call in your support from the heavens and align your current situation with love. Imagine yourself and your situation covered in gold light and ask the angels to show you the way forward, knowing that they are always working for your highest good. So there you go. That pretty much sounds like your situation. Like you may feel like shit's not going your way. Shit's not really going where the way you want it to go. But in due time, everything is going to be fine. Everything will be there. Everything's going to happen. It'll all work out in due time. And see what that says? That says here, it's a perfect sentence, what they put in this book. It says, you may not think so, but you need to remember that you may be working on human time, whereas God is always working on soul time. So that's why things may not be working the way we want to. Like I always say, you plan, God laughs. That's one of my cards. And I put that on there because a lot of people say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then I'm like, well, if God wants it to happen, then it's going to happen. But you can't make shit happen because when you do, you're going against the plan. You're going against the divine time. And that's why I learned to stop making plans. I stopped, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that." I just say, okay, well, if I can do it, it'll happen. If I want to do it, it'll happen. And when I do it, that's when it's going to happen. And like I always make sure that I put myself. Coming on here in the past 4 years has opened my eyes up because I listen to a lot of other people too, and I get like more knowledge through listening to other people's problems, other people's ideas, and then I put my own little twist to it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what? That person said this or this person did that. You know what? That's a good idea. I'm going to do that too. But I can't just wake up tomorrow and say, I'm going to go buy a Mercedes Benz and empty out my bank account. That's going to be stupid as fuck, right? Because then I'm just going to have a car and no money. So that's not divine timing. That's if I want a Benz, I'm gonna have to make a lot of money and then buy the car and then still have money to eat and pay my bills, right? So that's why you plan God laughs. God will laugh at you and say, "You stupid fuck, you think you need this dumbass car? Or you need this house, or you need this, or you need that gold chain, you need that hat, you need this." Like we can't dwell too much on what we need. What we want. We have to get what we need first. And once we have what we need, the wants will come afterwards. You'll be able to get what you want because you have everything you need. And one of the main things we need is to trust that God will make it all happen in due time. And some people would say, well, Mark, I've been waiting forever. And as soon as you start talking like that, God's going to be like, okay, I'll put another month on your ass. Click, you want to be a little bitch? Want to complain? Okay, well, that's 2 months on your ass. You can wait longer. Oh, you're going to complain? And okay, all right, well, I'll put a year on you then. Until you shut the fuck up and let me do what I have to do, then you're going to get added time to your sentence of being an idiot. And trust me, that is the truth. The more you complain, the more you don't believe, the harder time you're going to have. When you let it all go and say, God, I'm ready whenever you want to. That's what I do every day. Every day I say, you know what? Whatever happens today, happens today. And it happened when I came on here 4 years ago. It happened right before COVID. And with my job, I have to work outside and work at people's houses. So I couldn't go nowhere. I was on lockdown. You know where I was on lockdown? Right here. Making ends meet. Reading, making money, having fun. God put me there before COVID even happened. I started in September and then COVID came end of February and March. So I was already 6-7 months already on the game. I was already established by then. But who would have said I never would have thought that was going to happen. See, because God had a plan for me. He goes, I'm going to make sure Mark's all right because I love my son, Mark. I'm going to make sure he's going to make money. He won't be able to make money because of this bullshit, devilish pandemic. So I'm going to put him on here early, get his fucking shit together, and boom. That's exactly how I looked at it. There's no other way to look at it because it was meant for me to do. And then I look at it now and say, here I am now, almost 4 years later, still doing the same shit. And then when I was when the world finally went back to normal almost, then I got work through my business. So it all works out. See, but I don't plan none of it. It just happens because God says, you just let me drive the wheel. That's it. But everybody has to keep that mentality in their mind. But see, people are so drifting off to the bad ways or the negative ways. See, when you're a good person, you got to stay that way. You can't let people like drain you and get to you and make you feel a certain way. But certain people say to me, but Mark, I can't. I said, yes, you can. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. What's the problem? I'm a human being just like you. And that's what I tell people. I'm not no different from you. We all can do the same thing. We all can make everything work out in our favor and do what we have to do to make our lives better. That's it. You're welcome, sweetheart. No problem. It's all good. The main thing is to be happy and take care of yourself and your kids. The best thing in life is the life you have. Trust me. Being a mother, being a person who helps people online, doing psychic work. It ain't easy doing all that shit. It ain't easy at all. But if you allow yourself to think it's easy and manipulate your mind and say it is easy, it will be. It's not the end of the world. And another thing I like to emphasize on people is, if you're going through a hard time, just imagine the people who are going through a harder time than you. Would you rather be here talking to me through your phone and through your computer and being okay? Or would you rather be in a hospital hooked up to IV dying of some disease? Ask yourself that question. And then that should lighten up your day. I say it every day. I'd rather be working. I'd rather be here with my family, driving my car, going to work, living my life, coming on here talking to everybody and being in some fucking hospital, dying of a disease. Because that's the worst thing in the world to me, is being unhealthy or having health issues. Absolutely. And that's the best thing to do. And keep doing it even in your worst times. Even in your worst times, you'll find that that's the only way out. No matter what happens. No matter what happens. Just keep praying and everything will come to fruition. It took me a long time to get me where I am today. I tell people all the time, it took me to reach the age 46 to realize what life is really about and how I should treat myself, how I should treat others. Making sure that I'm okay, I'm number one, and fuck everybody else. That's exactly how I try to live my life. But it's not always gonna be great. But see, I've been tested a lot. Just like everybody else, we all get tested by people's emotions, people's anxiety, people's words, people's actions. But we have to turn it off. Soon as you get that 1 ounce of, negativity from someone, you got to be like, yeah, whatever. Bye. But so some people say it's hard to do. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do. But depression is self-inflicted. Depression is self-inflicted because you should be telling yourself, I'm not depressed. Depressed is a label that people put on each other. Oh, I'm depressed because I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. You know who's really depressed is the people who are fucking dying in a hospital. That's depression. If you're working every day and you're on here talking to people, that's not depression. You know what I'm saying? Health problems is depression. It's all self-inflicted. It's all in your mind. You tell your mind, I'm not depressed, and I can make myself feel better. I know I can, then that's going to happen. If you tell yourself you're depressed, then you're going to feel depressed. You're going to be depressed. It's all self-inflicted. But people don't want to listen to that. People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear, oh, Mark, you don't know nothing. Okay. Fine. You live your life you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you my opinion. It's self-inflicted. It's the truth. I say that every day. If I'm not in the hospital, I'm blessed. Like, fucks do I want to be hooked up to some machine dying. I want to live for a long time. I want to help people. I want to talk to people. I want to meet people. I want to love people. I want to be around to see, my family survive. I want to see my family, pass and go into spirit. I want to see myself help, you know? That's what I want to do. I posted something on my Instagram yesterday. It says, a guy says, when you die, people don't remember you because you were rich or you were poor or you were this or you were that. They remember you for how much love you gave to to people, how much people loved you, how much people cared about you. Things like that. They don't remember you for materialistic shit. They remember you for the emotional side of you, what you did for people, or how you treated people, things like that. And it's true. People always say, I want to be remembered as, that guy that does this or that guy that did that. They don't want to be remembered for no negative shit or some materialistic shit, which is the way people should be remembered. But to each their own, everybody lives their life the way they want. I say what I gotta say. People can live their life whatever they want. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Did you have a problem dealing with the box? Because you don't have to have a box, I meant to tell you that. On that site, the box is kind of annoying. Like you can get a box with just a window. I don't have my cards here. But like you can make the box all nice and fancy, but it's very difficult to do. Like you can make the box like this, right? Like all like blue with like writing, or you can have just like the whole white box with just the actual like, pattern. Or you can have the box where you can see the cards through the box like a window. They're all white. Or you can just get like a plain white box, yeah. Then when you get it, you can write on it or whatever. Yeah, you don't even have to get a box. You can get a shrink wrapped, and you just put it in whatever you want. But the box don't cost that much. I think it's like $2.99 or $3.99 for a box, because you're not selling the cards, so it's only for you. So, and it's not that expensive. It's pretty decent. It's not bad. I think it's like overall like 20, $30 or something like that to make it. And then like shipping and handling, by the time you get it, be like $50 or whatever. Probably not even that. All depends. I think it was a matte finish, a matte gloss finish or something like that. It said, yeah, standard smooth, yeah. Yeah, standard smooth is cool. I think it is. I can check for you. Um, if you look, I think if you look on my page, it says, like I have the link on my YouTube page. I'm gonna check it real quick for you. If you go, you're on the make playing cards site. If you go into the search box and type Marky Marks Tarot, you'll see it. You'll see my page, my workshop page. It's like my page where you can buy my cards. That's where people go to buy my cards. If you go on the website, you type in Marky Marks Tarot and search, it'll take you right to my shop. I have my own little shop on there. It has like all three of my decks, the prices of the decks, and how you want it. You could actually change it. Like you can make your own finish. Like you could put smooth, or you could put matte finish or something like that. Can't remember what the fuck that shit's called, but you can make it glossy. You can make the cards this way, that way. You can actually add things to it if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. Like Yeah, I think it was a smooth finish. Right? Yeah, like you can choose whatever you want, really. It's like I had 50. I think mine are 54 cards, smooth finish, and like you could put stuff on the back and the front. Like you could put the same, like how mine is. Mine all have marky marks, tarot deck, whatever, and then on the other side it has the actual name. I mean the actual like message. So you could put Becca B Tarot on each and every one of them, and you can design it the way you want. It's a really nice website. One of my a couple of my decks came with a misprint on it, which just sucks. But um, sometimes I think it was me misspelling something, or it could have been them. So it's hard to deal with. I think it's usually probably our mistake. So make sure you proofread everything and make sure it's on because it doesn't have spell check on there. So you got to make sure you go through every single card and make sure you spell everything right. Because on my blue deck, right? I'll never forget it. I had the deck for like months and nobody noticed it. And I was like, what the fuck? I held the card up to the like the screen. I was like, um, hey Erica, how you doing? You all right, sweetie? I held the card up and I said, free yourself from negativity, right? And it says free you self. I forgot the R. And then I went back and looked. I said I couldn't forget that, man. I proofread everything, like I made sure everything was fine. I went back and I did spell it wrong. I forgot to add the R. It wasn't my fault, it's just well, it is my fault, but I should have looked at it properly. But nobody noticed. People had the deck, like 10 people bought the deck and nobody noticed. Where the hell's that card? I knew it's here somewhere. I now forget. I held it up. Oh, here it is, right here. Everybody was we were teasing. Every time I pulled the card, we would tease everybody. See, look. It says free you self from negativity. Free you self. It should say yourself. I was like this here. I was like, look, free yourself from. I was like, huh? Oh, this shit's spelled wrong. I said you self. I was like, ah, fuck. I forgot the R. So it was pretty funny. We had a good laugh, but we know what it means. Like, what I'm saying? It's just fuck. It is what it is. But that was the only one that was misspelled in the whole 54 cards. And then on my last deck, there's a few on there that are misspelled too, like here and there. But I went back and checked. And it wasn't me, it was them. In one of them, they forgot to put the I in. Because I went back and looked. I'm like, I saved this shit to make sure I didn't spell it wrong. And they messed it up. So, it nothing's perfect. But at the end of the day, they do a good job on the cards. I'm gonna make another deck soon. As soon as I get, chance and I get my little as soon as I go over and get my own little psychic place, my own little room over there over the other side of the house, I'm gonna start making another deck. I'm gonna do a zodiac sign deck. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah, you'll see. It's nice to shuffle. It's nice to have. It's nice to have your own deck. It's something you did. I've got 3 of them, so And I made the last one I made. Yeah, sure. What do you want? Which type of message? I remember like everybody's like, Mark, I want you to make a simple tarot deck so we can learn reversals. And I'm like, yeah, sure. I made one. That took me forever. That was like 78 cards plus 2. Because they had words on each side. So I had to do all that. Was like that's why I stopped making another one, because I was like, look, this shit took me forever. And people said they were gonna buy it, and they didn't. And I was pissed off because everybody made me make the deck. Like told me they wanted, a tarot deck to like learn from, and they never bought it. I sold some, but not all of them. And I was like, see, this is why I'm not doing no more, because everybody's full of shit. When it comes down to buying the deck, they'll run. They'll be like, yeah, I don't want it now. It's cool. So why the fuck you make me? I didn't need it. I made it for you idiots that asked me to make it. Then I go and order 10 of them, sell 7 of them. Now I'm stuck with 3 of them that I don't need. And I was like, from now on, I'm not bringing them in. You can order them from the website. And that's it. That's what I started doing. So now if anybody wants my deck, they got to go get it off that site, or I do have some copies. Just like that red deck that I gave you. I gave you that. I had two spare ones here. All right. You want the Pretty Rose, the golden deck, yes. You wouldn't believe what I got. Look, I'm just going to hold them up. Isn't this what I got for you yesterday? Same cards, exact same. And you saw me, I shuffled the cards and I gave them all to you. Look, same thing. Somebody spying on you, somebody you had history with, and somebody that says it's not over yet. See that? I took them out of the day. I shuffled them. And on the bottom, look, it says, I will never forget. I tell you, it's got to be baby daddy. We discussed that yesterday. He's probably spying on you, wants to see if you're taking, getting D from somebody else. Let's see. Oh, there you go. See? There you go, yo. Oh, hey, that's good. Good on you. Don't just be his booty call. Fuck that. Oh, if you want to be, that's your problem. That's your thing. I got you, Queen of Swords. And I got the person spying on you is the King of Wands. And they're frustrated. They're failing to face the facts. Well, to me, it's not really, it could be, a fire sign if that's who you're dealing with. But the King of Wands is also like, a father, a person who's a father of your child, fatherly person, a person who is like, someone you know. But it looks like he's worried, but he feels alienated. And he feels that alienation. What do I feel intuitively? I feel it's a guy, yeah. And I feel like it's him, yeah. Even though the King of Wands isn't his sign, it doesn't matter. I don't really go by signs too much, to be honest. Sometimes I do, but I really don't. I go what the card means. The King of Wands is like a fatherly person. So it could be the father of it could be your father. Could be your dad. What's your dad's sign? That's right. It could be your dad. He's water. Yeah. All right, well, let's check. We'll ask if it's your dad or your baby dad. I'm going to check now. I got it's your dad. Yes, but remember what it says. It says somebody you have history with, somebody who thinks that it's not over between you and them, and somebody who's spying on you. So I asked if it's your dad or your baby dad, and it says it's your dad. But see, even though he's cut off, people fail to realize even though if you're blocked and cut off, people can still see you some way, somehow. It's that simple. People can still see things. They can still find out from somebody. If people want to find out, they will find out. You ever heard the saying, money talks, bullshit walks? There you go. That's how it works, sweetheart. But if you feel like, it's not him, then it's up to you. But like I said, I feel like it's him. Could be him. Hey, Angel, I'm doing good, sweetheart. How are you? I'm all right. Oh, you did? Okay, my bad. Yeah, I just got the beep just now. Okay, good. I'm glad you're better. All right, you say, what is my access problem? Asking a question, and he thinking that he honest me just we should see house. Oh boy. All right, let's check. Yeah, that's good. That's not bad. Well, you can it depends on what you actually want. Like the more you add, the more it costs. But if it's just basic, then it's gonna be cheap. All right, Angel, let's see what we got here with your ex. Yeah. Okay, so Angel, what I get here is your ex is finding it hard to understand that you control yourself and he wants to try to control you, but he knows that you control yourself and he knows that you have the energy, determination, and you show action and you show that, hey, I don't need you. You know, I'm confident, you're confident enough dealing with yourself and dealing with what you have to deal with. He also is very suspicious about you. He feels like you leave him in suspense, like you should be telling him things, but you don't. And that's why there's going to be arguments and quarrels and like, you know, back and forth, babbling at each other. He might be like thinking that you don't take any of it, of his advice, or you just don't really care about what he has to say. He doesn't trust you, and he thinks that you neglect your responsibilities around the house, or you neglect your responsibilities, period. He thinks that you live a false life, and he thinks that you should be doing more, or you know, doing what you have to do, and you know, and that's it. You should do what he tells you to do and go from there. That's what he thinks. Hey Lorraine, what's up? Looks like he also looks like he's an immature person and he feels very indecisive. He feels weak. He's very petty. He can't control his emotions, and he just like is a weird person. Like he feels like he doesn't have any effect on you, even though he tries to, you know, get to you. Oh, I don't know what happened there. They're probably hating on me, Lorraine. They're probably hating on me. You know, they're probably like this guy. You know, he talks about God and stuff, and talks about people. And things like that. We don't want to give notifications up. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You know, when they make your life miserable, and then you show them you have control of your life, and you show them like, you know, I don't need you. You know, that's when they become miserable. I'm watching my brother-in-law deal with that right now. When people try to control you your whole life and you finally stand up to them, they become miserable. They become like their worst enemy because they have nobody to control but themselves. And they don't like to control themselves. They rather control somebody else. And then if they don't control you, they want to control somebody else. Yeah, exactly. See, so that's why he's acting that way. But it seems like he's very immature and he's not very effective. He doesn't really do anything. So sounds like my brother-in-law. Sorry, I just like to jab at him. Da-da-da. Okay, let me see here. Yeah, the best thing you do is walk away and don't say nothing, because silence is better than bullshit, Angel. Best thing to do is just walk away and let him talk to the wall. That's all it's worth. But I think his problem is like he can't control you anymore, or he thinks that you neglect what you're doing, or you just walk around like, you know, like you don't have to do anything, and he does. Or you said does, Francis. We'll make it before the end of the month. All right, let's check. Yeah, exactly. I agree, Angel. I agree. Trust me, I can't wait till this divorce is over. I can't wait. The day that I come home and not see this asshole around here, I'll be so happy. I'll be like, good riddance, you piece of shit. Goodbye. Soon come. Soon. Very soon. Yeah, exactly. I agree. That's what I'm doing. I'm ignoring my brother-in-law. He's trying to get me to like, retaliate against him, but I just act like he doesn't even exist. I was doing it before this happened anyway, so it's easy for me. All right, let's see. Well, that's the thing. Some people don't really care because they don't give a shit. They don't care about you anymore. I don't think that Francis is gonna come back by the end of this month, but let me check in April. Yeah, I'm getting April looks more like the month. I'm getting good cards for April, but not for this month. This month, I just think that he's going to like start to realize that he is coming home and he's getting like closer to it. I think you'll find out more next week. He's gonna say something, and then he might have a date for you in April. But April looks very promising for right now. I don't remember what I told you last time. I don't know if I told you March or April, but it looks like April right now. As of today, it looks like next month. I think I told you end of March, early April. I think that's what I told you last time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think that he needs to recuperate a little bit longer. And I think that next week you'll hear something more about his time frame of him coming home. I think that he still has to like, do I think that he still has to get his himself together and get himself better before he comes back home. But it definitely looks like it's coming, Angel. It's definitely coming. Definitely. So he's getting better. It looks like when he comes in April, he wants to see you, he wants to be with you, obviously. And I think that he wants that happy family, like, reunion. He wants that reunion with you, his family. He wants that very much. I'm getting that. He definitely wants that. He definitely wants that. He wants to see his son. He wants to see his family. He wants to see you. He definitely wants that, more and more every day. Hey, Brownie, how you doing? Well, that's probably why, that's the thing, Angel, is in the meantime, while you wait, you can get yourself ready. So when he does come, you're absolutely 100% ready for him, and you don't have to be sick. No problem, sweetheart. I always get positive outcomes for you. I just think that, you worry. Obviously you worry too much, and so does he. But God will bring you guys together at the end of the day. It's just a matter of time now. Just think about it this way, okay? Every day that goes by, you're getting closer to seeing him and being with him and having everything going your way. Just every day that goes by, you know? Tomorrow's another day, the day after that's another day, and the next thing you know, poof, he's coming. That's how it is. I tell myself that every day. Every day that goes by, Mark, then you're getting closer to what you want to do, where you want to go, how you want to feel, and who you're going to be with, and your next job, your next, you know, paycheck, your next this. We have to keep thinking like that. We have to keep thinking that every day that goes by, I'm getting closer to what I need. And if you start thinking like that, then you're good. It all pans out. Mhm. All right. Let me see here. All right, Bronny. The message I have here is expect miracles. Miracles occur naturally. They are always ready to unfold. Your angels, your mom are encouraging you to prepare yourself for them now. A miracle doesn't have to be an exchange or a change in circumstances. It can be a simple shift of energy that creates a wave of love in your life. If you need something positive to happen, or you are praying hard for something you want, this card brings you the message that something exciting is heading your way to unfold and is about to unfold. Place yourself in the golden light and remember that the light of God is within you. Good things are happening for you. You have to trust that. But in order to manifest something wonderful in your life, you have to believe that it is possible. I tell people that every day. Ultimately, this is exactly what is blocking you from happening. So change now. Yeah, you could be seeing the miracle you need as impossible or as even too big for you to achieve. Your mom is inviting you to open your mind and heart to seeing what you need is being delivered to you. Feel that it is already happening in your life. Feel grateful for all your blessings and it will allow your miracles to unfold. I literally just said that about half an hour ago or hour ago. I was talking about that. If you believe, you shall receive. Even in the hardest times that you face right now, it doesn't matter. You have to believe that it's all going to work out, even though times may be shitty or times may not be the right way or things might not be going the right way. You always have to keep believing that it will. And if you believe that, then you will know that. Yeah, I know, sweetheart. It's not easy. I miss some people that have passed away too, but a week ago today, I think a week ago today, my cousin's mom passed away. And I just saw her like about a month ago in our car. So I know she was very close to her mom and she passed away. She was 82. She went away. She had a good time. She came back. She got COVID. Then she got sick. Then she lost all this weight. Then she went back into the hospital. Then she came out of the hospital. She was fine. She was driving around. I saw her at the grocery store. I said hello to her. I saw her in the car with her daughter, which is they're my cousins. And then next thing you know, my mom and dad said she didn't show up at church. And the next day she was passed away. Just like that. You're here today, gone tomorrow. But she lived a good life, 82 years old. And she went 83 in January. My bad. Now she went 83. Yeah. Yeah, she's in a better place now. That's to me, it's like death is not bad. It's like you're actually away from pain. You're finished. Your physical body no longer has to suffer for it. And your soul is and your spirit is going to be living forever. And you can go and do whatever you want now. She can still live in her house as a spirit. She can still see her family grow and she could still be there for her family in spirit. So I know it's not the same as a physical presence, obviously, but it can be a mental and spiritual presence. So no matter what, you still have the person there. So I just feel sorry for her because my cousin's mom, like her and her mom are really close. She was always with her mom. So I know one day, I don't know, I might die first, Lord knows. But I hope not. But my dad, he comes up here every week to watch football. I talk to him almost every day, him and my mom. I'm always with my parents, helping them out, especially now since their car got destroyed. I've been carting them around, going taking them to their appointments, doing things. I went to the grocery store and bought them what they needed today. I'm always doing things for my parents, and I don't want them to die, obviously, but I know when they do, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be without them. But I know that in the spiritual presence, I won't be. I'll be even more powerful in spirit. What happened to the car 3 weeks ago? They were driving on their way home. They were like literally 1 minute away from home, and a guy stopped suddenly in front of them to give somebody a lift that was at the bus terminal. And when the guy stopped, my parents stopped, as well. And then a car behind my parents hit them so hard that it destroyed the back of the car and smashed into the other car in front of my mom's car. So my mom and dad's car got completely destroyed. So the insurance company only gave my parents $2,000 and said, "Here's your money from your insurance deal, and see you later." So $2,000 can't buy another car. But see, their car was very old. It was 22 years old, and they just wanted the car to last the rest of their life. But it didn't work out that way. See, I told you, you plan and God laughs. It's not meant to happen that way. So now they're very upset because they're retired. My dad's going 80 and my mom just went 77 in January. So I talked to the insurance guy and he says, "Look, there's nothing that we can do because the value of your car, of your dad's car, is only $2,000 because it's too old." And so the person who hit it is not legally supposed to pay for the car's damage because the car can't be fixed. There is no parts, because the car's too old. So unfortunately, they only got $2,000 from the deal, which is shitty because they can't even buy a secondhand car with $2,000. If they do, it's a piece of shit. So now I'm trying to find them a secondhand car. Me and my sister are gonna help them pay for it, so they don't like have a heart attack from not having money. It's a pain in the ass. You get old, you get pension, and it's still not enough. And then on top of that, this asshole hits them in the car and destroys their car. So it's not been a good year for them. The last couple years have not been good for my parents. My dad got a knee operation. He was out of commission for like 3 months. My mom broke her elbow last year and she couldn't do nothing for months. And then it's like they keep getting all this bad luck. So I pray for at least in the car accident, nothing happened bad to him. My mom and dad got whiplash, and she had a couple bruises on her leg from the impact of the car hitting him. But yeah, I know it's this is what I tell people, is that when you're young, they tell you, "Oh, when you're 65, you get to retire and you get to enjoy your life." Yeah, right. My dad worked right up until 73 or 74. I think he worked right up until 74. He's 79 now. He just really retired last 5 years because he couldn't work no more. He just couldn't do it. Like his body's finished. And he had a knee operation, and then he can barely walk like a long distance. He can't work anymore. So he's living off his pension. And the pension's only enough to pay for the insurance, the bills, and some food. There's nothing else. His pension money can't afford to buy a car. You know what I'm saying? Brand new car or even a secondhand car for like $6,000-7,000 is still a lot of money. Because he needs money in his bank. He's not rich. He has his own house, thank God. But he has 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and me and my youngest sister are the only ones who do anything for my parents. My older brother and sister, you have to like beg them to do something. And they don't want to because they have their own lives. So do I, and so does my younger sister, but we still help. But I pretty much help them out the most. I do a lot of things for my parents, but unfortunately, my brother and sisters don't. Well, my youngest sister does, but not my older sister. My older sister does some things, but not as much as us. And she has more money than us and a better job than us. She's a school teacher. And she's been a school teacher for 20 something years. But you know what? She's putting her kids through private school, and through the oldest one goes to college. So she's forking out a lot of money. So, she feels like she doesn't have to give my parents anything, which is, selfish on her part, but whatever, to each their own. But I know one thing: when my parents die, they're going to be the first ones on the doorstep saying, let's sell the house so I can get my share of the money. That's what they're going to do. And when they do that, if I ever see that day, that's when I'm going to talk. That's when I'm going to say, well, you don't even deserve anything because you ain't done fucks around here. Who deals with this house? Me, not you. And I have a list of all the things that I've spent and all the things that I've done at that house. So if I deducted off all their payments, they would get nothing because I'm the one who does everything at that house. No, I'm not going to let them do anything. Trust me, I'll make them feel super guilty because since Christmas to the end of January, I've painted their house for free because I'm not taking no money from my parents. I painted the house for free. And I paid for the paint, and I paid for like the materials to fix the cracks, to fix the house. 2 years ago, me and my sister paid to renovate it, and I pretty much done all the work. So if they were to die tomorrow, my older sister and older brother are going to like benefit from what I've done and what I've paid for, which is not right. So I have a list of all the things that I've done. So I'm not stupid. So if I want to, I can go to court if I have to. But my sister and brother will never take me to court because they know they'll lose. Because I have all the evidence that I need anyway. But it's not because I'm greedy and I need the money or I need that house. I just want what's right. I don't feel like people should get something for nothing. Like, who are you to benefit off of what I've done if you're not helping? Now, if everybody helped, I wouldn't have no problem with that. But see, in the will, it says divided by all the the kids. So I can say whatever I want, still not getting what I want. So it's a pain in the ass. People always get something from nothing. Yeah, see? There you go. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening now with my youngest sister and her husband. They're getting a divorce, and he doesn't even deserve anything. He doesn't even deserve half the money from this house because he didn't do nothing to deal with it. He didn't do nothing to make it better. He didn't do anything to value the house, to make it worth what it is. I did, and my sister did, not him. He didn't lift one finger to make this house look better than what it is, what it was. I did. If it wasn't for me, this house wouldn't be worth the money it's worth. And now he's gonna get money that he doesn't even deserve. Well, they're still going through the divorce like proceedings and things like that. But my sister's planning on like buying him out, like 'cause she wants the house. But they say they own a business together too. So my sister's willing to give up her half of the business to get the house because the house to her is more worth more than the business, which I agree because you can always get another business, but getting another house like this that you love, it's like almost impossible. I mean, it's not impossible, but it's where the kids love to be, and we just renovated to our liking. So what's the sense of selling this, getting half the money to go get another house to do it all over again? That don't make no sense. So she's gonna probably sell like her part of the business to get the house, which is perfectly fine because money in the bank is money that you need. Without money, you ain't fucking nothing, really. So she'd rather get rid of the business and him and have the house, so we can have the house to live in. When you have a house that's paid for, that's pretty much money in the bank. Yeah. We don't want to move. We love this house. We want to stay here, and we built a future here for the past 13, 14 years. So we just built a pool. We just renovated the whole house. It looks really nice. And to like just give it up after all these years and sell it to somebody else to enjoy, it's like it's not a good thing to do. Like we don't want to do that. So we're gonna kick his ass out of here, pay him half of the house, and good riddance. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing is me and my sister have more rights to this house than he does. His name is just on it, but he doesn't do anything for the house. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't pay for much. He doesn't do anything. So, and he's mad because I made the house look better than what it was. But he's gonna benefit off of it, which he shouldn't. This is why I don't like to buy houses or get married or anything like that. I don't know. I can't say I'll never get married, but if I do get married, it's gonna be restrictions just in case to cover my back. But I don't think I ever want to, I don't. I mean, I don't know. It's so hard to say because you can find somebody that you're gonna live your rest of your life with, and you don't have to worry about those things. And then again, you never know. Yeah, that's what she's thinking about doing is leaving, like putting the house under the kid's name, but living here obviously with them, and so he can't take it. He can never have nothing to do with it. But we'll see. She wants to get rid. She wants to get out of the business anyway. She wants to get out of that business and away from him for good. But the way things are going, he's putting himself in a big hole right now. So he's pretty much fucked himself. He's done a lot of bad things. He's going against the system. He's going against the law. He's going against what his lawyer told him. He's doing all these. He's a control freak. So he thinks he can still do what he wants and get away from the law, which is not true. So it's all catching up with him now. Some people never learn. Not my problem. I know I'll be all right regardless. One thing about me, whether I live here or not, the home is where your heart is. Wherever you want to be, you can make it your home. So even if we have to leave here or we have to sell the house, so be it. I really don't care. I mean, I'll be upset, I'll be hurt, and I'll be mad because I put a lot of work into this house. But you know what? If that's what God wants, then I'll move and live somewhere else and be happy somewhere else. It don't make no difference to me at all. It really doesn't. You know, obviously it's a part of life. We've all lived in different places. When we first born, we were in a hospital. Then after that, we were living in our parents' homes, and then after that, we went on our own to an apartment or something. Then we get married and we're with somebody or whatever. You have another house or another place. You go to hotels. You live in different areas. It's a whole part of life. It's a part of life. But if I had my choice, I would not leave. I would stay here. So that's what my sister's trying to do. She's trying to like work it out so we can get the house. So I told my sister I have her back 100%, and we'll make it happen. Either way, we're gonna try and get this house for the kids, for us, and for our sake. I know God's gonna make something happen, so we'll be all right. Either way, we'll make it happen. Either way, we will make it happen. Yeah, I know, and that's why good things happen to me because I am a good man, a good person, and I hope that I don't need people like him to. He knows I'm a good person, but he doesn't care. He's ran me down to the ground, trying to make me look like somebody I'm not, saying that I'm stealing things or I'm doing things, but it's all lies, and I've already proved it. So he hasn't attacked me since. It's been like almost a week and a half now since I sent his lawyer an email, and it's been crickets, nothing, nobody, no response to the email, nothing at all. Because he finally got what I finally got everything off my chest that I needed to get off my chest for a very long time. Sometimes you don't have to physically be talking to somebody face to face, but if you deal with texts and emails like 2023, this world, there's no face to face shit anymore. There's voice notes, there's texting, there's emailing. Okay, well, if you want an email, there's gonna be a fucking email then. Okay, I'll give you an email. You'll get an email that you're never gonna forget, and you're gonna regret getting it. Hey Tristan, how you doing? Thanks. Wishing the best for you too, man. But that's the thing. You know, um, I know at the end of the day that I have nothing on my conscience. I haven't done anything wrong. I know that the outcome will be the outcome. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever it is what it is. I can't change, what God's plan is. And I know his plan is probably what I've envisioned, life without him. And usually when somebody disrespects me or tries to disrespect me or does something bad to me, they get instant karma. So I wouldn't be surprised if something happened to him for disrespecting me, because that's what usually happens when you disrespect God, you get karma. When you disrespect people of God and who like do have a righteous life and does good in their life, you get karma because that person don't deserve your negative energy. That person doesn't deserve you running them down for nothing and lying about them. You know, God hates liars, and so do I. But people have to learn the hard way sometimes. People really do have to learn the hard way. So I just sit back and wait. That's all. I sit back and wait for everything to happen. I've been very calm. I've been humble. I've been like, I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to hit nobody, obviously, because that's not what I do. I just say, you know what? I did what I had to do. I'm good. You can't break me. It ain't happening. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's why I just put all my trust in God, and I know He'll make everything happen. He always does. Um, Honestly, I'm actually amazed on how um, God has treated me and allowed me to like be myself, to serve Him, to serve others, to help others, and to like always be happy and to know that it's not the end of the world. Everything's gonna work out. So I just be me every day. I'm happy. I'm ignoring the negativity. I'm ignoring everything, and that's it. Oh, nice, Tristan. Sounds like fun. How's the weather here? It's been pretty cool. It's been pretty cool. It's actually 56 tonight. It's nice and cool. I have my hoodie on and stuff. So when you see me with the hoodie on, it's kind of like chilly outside. But it's very windy and rainy. It's kind of like crappy weather, but it's okay. I like it. How long have you guys been on working on the house? Since we got it. Um, we moved in here um, 14 years ago, and I moved in the apartment 13 years ago. I came in like a couple months afterwards. Um, in January this year, made 13 years I've been here. Um, oh wow, that's crazy. Yeah, there's no snow here. No snow at all. But it's cool, but not snow. I wouldn't want no snow, no thanks. Um, but yeah, Tristan, I've been working. See, my life is property management. I do maintenance. I'm an electrician, by trade. I've been doing electrical work for over 25 years. Since I was young, I started electrical, like 19, 20. Um, but I do masonry, a bit of plumbing, a bit of carpentry. I paint, I power wash stuff, I clean. I do property management. I take care of big ass properties, big ass houses. I fix things. I do whatever. I just do anything to do with a house. I can do. I put in windows, doors. I paint houses. I do roofs. I can plaster. I can build a house. I know how to read the plans. I know how to do the electrical. I know how to do a lot of things. Like, and that's because I learned everything. So, but my job for the past 5 years has been property management. I have like maybe I don't know 10 different properties that I take care of. One person, six of the properties is just one person. Then I take care of this property, which is my sister's. I take care of my mom and dad's. I take care. My client has six houses just by himself. He's a millionaire. And then I was taking care of my brother-in-law's parents' house, my brother-in-law's brother's house, but that's probably going to end now. But um, I have like a lot of clients, like friends and people in high places that hire me to do things. And if I can't do the job, which is highly unlikely, but if I can't do it for some reason, they ask me to get somebody to do it, monitor it. I still get paid to help the person do the job, even if I can't do it. Or like I get the person to do the job and then send them the bill and then organize it so they don't have to do it. So I still like make money regardless. I still have like jobs. Sometimes I work hard, sometimes I don't work at all, and sometimes I just got to make phone calls and have meetings and just meet the people there and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. But I've been working on this house for a long, long time. And if you would have seen it when we first came until now, it's a whole nother house. This house is worth a lot of money because of me, not because of him, and not because of my sister either. They just paid for me to do the work, but I'm the one who did the work. And the last year and a half, I renovated the outside of the house. We built a pool. We tiled the whole deck. We built boundary walls. We made like columns in the porch. The porch had like these old columns, and we made bigger ones. Um, we did a lot of things. A lot of things. I built a shed all by myself with me and my cousin. I helped him, and he helped me build a shed, like a pool house shed, to put all the stuff in. We had to get like a special permit for it because it was next to like the neighbor's house, so they had to give us permission. And I pretty much fired the construction workers, and I took the job on by myself with my cousin, and we did it. I'm like a subcontractor, so if somebody wants to build a house, they can just hire me just to do the electrical. So you have a contractor, you have an electrician, you have me, I'm the electrician, you have a plumber, and you have a carpenter, you have a painter. Sometimes I'll do two of the contracts. I'll be the painter and I'll be the electrician because I'll hire my cousin to do the painting with his guys, and I'll help, and I'll still make money, and I can do the electrical work by myself. So I do, like, that's what I've been doing for the past 16 years is, but for the past 5 years, I've kind of like calmed down a bit and like done my own little like thing. I don't have like a hey kids, how you doing, sweetie? I just got your donation. You can ask your question when you're ready, sweetie. Good to see you. Yeah, I am very talented, and I have a lot of talents. This is not, this is just one of my many talents, but I consider it talents, yes, but I also consider it, learning. Like I had to learn these things, and learning made me into earning. So like the last 5 years, I've kind of like, like I don't really do subcontracting work anymore because everybody around me was bad. Like people just wanted money. They did shitty work. They gave me a bad name. So now, and like for the past couple years, I never did subcontracting. I got away from it. So this last year and a half, I worked at my sister's house, but I was my own contractor. I worked with other contractors, but it was nothing to do with me. And that's why it went downhill. And that's why a lot of bad things happen. Because my brother-in-law allowed these freaks to do what they want. And I kept telling them, look, it ain't gonna work this way. And everything towards the end of the renovation, it all went downhill. But it wasn't my fault. It's not my house. I did my work, all the electrical work. Every time you turn on a switch, my shit works. And nothing's blown, nothing's been bad, nothing's caught on fire. And it's been, a while now because what these hands touch turns to gold. That's what I say to everybody. And they get mad at me because they think I'm being conceited, but I'm just telling the truth. So when you have experience, you can make shit happen. But if you're cocky and you're annoying and you're jealous and you're selfish, that's when your work doesn't show anything. And I like to teach people things. You found out something new I wasn't able to see. Well, what does truly feel in this situation that as I have revealed something, I found out that he hasn't told me about him and his ex. All right, let's check, kids. Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Ooh, it's no bueno. Well, that's the thing, kids. Let me tell you something. We're being good people are being tested. That's what I've been preaching on here all this time. I'm a good person. I do a lot of good things. I did a lot of good things for my brother-in-law, but my brother-in-law now has switched on me and he's acting like I'm the enemy and I'm the bad person and I robbed him and I did this. He's just trying to make me mad and retaliate and beat the shit out of him so he can laugh at me in jail or he can laugh at me, leaving the house or whatever. But I'm just ignoring him because I know at the end of the day that me ignoring him is worse than me beating him up because he won't be getting his way. I'm just ignoring him and I'm laughing at him. So I know the feeling. All right, now because you revealed this whole situation, his ex looks like the imposter. Like she looks like the one who's powerless to face the whole thing. His ex also feels bad as well, or she feels like she's also caused problems here. It could be to do a lot with like money and risks and um, like taking away from situations or taking away from things. A lot of lies. There's a lot of dishonesty and disloyalty and misrepresentations. All sorts of bad shit right here. A lot of gossip. I feel like I feel that he truly feels that he's been exposed, and now that he knows you've revealed it, he feels like a liar. He feels like a false friend. He feels like an ass. And he feels like he's going to be very reluctant in proceeding and talking to you from now on. He's going to feel like he's dealt with a lot of bad things. But his decision is to still feel like he hasn't even done anything wrong, in his mind. Yeah. I think he'll be very reluctant on whether or not he wants to contact you again. I don't think he is. I think he'll stay away because he knows that he feels like an idiot now because you exposed him. She also feels that way too. His ex also feels like, she's done something wrong here as well. I don't know why, but I just keep getting um, I don't know if this guy gambles or like he just lost a lot of money. Yeah, I got a lot of lies here. On his end is lies, but on her end, she feels like she's like the imposter. Like she was acting like somebody she wasn't, or she was somebody that you all thought she was, but she isn't. Like she's been exposed to here. But I feel like a lot of this is to do with between them. It was like something to do with money and something to do with gambling or like taking a risk that didn't benefit any of them, or they could have actually stole from each other, or they could have risked a lot of things that shouldn't have been risked. So, but I got a lot of lies here and a lot of disloyalty, and just being false and acting like you're somebody you're not. So he could have been acting like a baller, but really he ain't. The risk was money. They took a risk with money with each other, or they took a risk gambling on something and it didn't work. So they blamed each other for the risk. There's something going on with like family stuff or a risk they took with family and that it didn't work. So they both were lying to each other, and she got sick mentally from like what he did. So like, yeah, exactly. So I think that she exposed him and said, you really don't have no money. You're not a baller. You're not this fucking person that thinks they got money because you ain't got shit. Because where is it now? I need it now. Like for instance, if she got like sick and she needed insurance or she needed like help with money, he didn't give it to her, and that's why it didn't work out because he said he did, but he really didn't. Like that's what I'm getting. That could have happened. And they were always talking about each other, like gossiping, um, not wanting to make decisions with each other and being very reluctant in moving forward. There was always like something that got in the way. So she got fed up and probably got like sick of it. But I could see like there was really mainly his problem. Hey Jada, how you doing? How you been? So yeah, kids, it's a lot of like problems that they try to solve, but he didn't solve it because she figured out like he was full of shit. So that's my dog in the background making all that noise, by the way. See her? She's getting herself comfortable. But yeah, I don't see anything good here, kids. It looks like the both of them. Looks like he is like, yeah, she's my pretty girl. She's she's back down or she can't see her now. Yeah. She's trying to curl up in her bed because it's kind of cold tonight. But I closed all the windows. It's like that window's a little crack there, bringing in some air. But yeah, but yeah, kids, it doesn't look good here. It looks like he lied to her a lot and like chanced everything. I don't know if he would. I don't know. Like only you would know, maybe. But do you think that he gambled at all? Like he gambled or he bet on things or sports or something like that, or he bet and lost money? Because I get like he possibly gambled or bet and he lost money, or he took a risk on investing in something, or he made a bad investment and it didn't work out. So when it came down to the nitty gritty, where he needed money, he didn't have any because he lied about him having money, which most people do. A lot of fake ballers out there, fake ass people who say they got money and they ain't got nothing. I met a lot of those people in my lifetime. Yeah, well, if you don't know, then I think this is what happened. Like, cause that those cards are telling me that that's what happened. So if you don't know, you know now. Yeah, it's been revealed even more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I think that yeah, yeah. I just think that she ended up revealing that he wasn't who he said he was. Yeah. Oh, that's the thing. Like they can go out all they want, but I feel like he took a risk and didn't tell her, and then it made everything worse. Remember, they're exes, right? And exes for a reason. They're exes for a reason. And most women leave a guy because they ain't got no money. And there's a lot of single moms out there that are still waiting for child support checks. Because there's a lot of guys out there that say they got it and they ain't got nothing. Well, that's the thing. If he's a liar, he's gonna lie to you. He's gonna lie to everybody. That's what people do. It's easy. It's easy to lie, but it's hard to cover it up. Remember that. It's easy to lie, but it's hard to cover up. You're gonna get caught someday, sometime, some way, somehow. Even if it's a year or 10 years from now, it'll come out eventually. Secrets will be revealed. All those things are gonna come out one time or the other. I see it happen every day. A lie will come out as soon as it needs to. Jada, I see you sent a donation. Thank you. I appreciate it. And you say, do you see anything that will last and love for me soon? Well, you have one option, and that's to get on an airplane and come to Bermuda, and you can be with me forever, or I can find you something here, find you someone here. I don't think so, kids. I don't think he will. I get that he's reluctant on contacting you because you know that you know now that he lied to you. You see what I mean? I give everybody that option, Jada. So I'll give you that option now too. If you don't want me, you can always get somebody else here. There's a lot of fish in the sea here. It's Bermuda. There's a lot of fish running around. We're surrounded by water. Okay, Angel. I wish you feel better, and I hope you will get better. I'll pray for you, and wishing you all the best, sweetheart. It's good seeing you. I always give all the women that option. It's not because I'm a flirt or I'm desperate. I'm just giving you an option. That's all. And if I'm not your option, maybe somebody else will be here. Yeah, you'll be fine, sweetheart. You're welcome. You'll be fine. You always get through it anyway. It's good to reveal liars so you don't have to deal with them no more. And usually it comes with your intuition. Good night, sweetheart. Take care. Me, I've been things have been hectic. Dealing with my parents, my sister's divorce. I'm fine. Me personally, I'm good. Like I just have to deal with everybody else. I'm good. Like I always tell everybody, if I'm not in the hospital and I'm healthy, then I'm okay. I'm good. I consider that great. My parents had a bad car accident 3 weeks ago. So they've been out of transportation for 3 weeks. So I've been carting them around, taking them everywhere they need to go, checking up on them, getting them stuff, what they need. Now we're trying to find a secondhand car because they don't want to buy a new one. So yeah, it's been a task. I actually wish that I can give them my car and I'll go buy a new car. But they don't want me to buy them a new car because it's too much money and blah blah blah. They don't want my car because my car is bigger than too big. And they're like, we need a small car. So I try to find them a car. Then they said, oh no, that's too expensive. They're like what the hell? What more do you want? Like, what do you want me to do? You think a free car is gonna fall out of the sky for you or something? So they've been a pain in my ass, but I love them to death. I just try and help them, but they're very difficult to deal with. And then my sister, she's going through her divorce. Yeah, exactly. And she's doing good. My sister and the kids are great. It's just him. He's being a dickhead and being an ass and trying to get us riled up and go after him. And he's an instigator. He wants us to look bad, but he's the only one that's going to look bad in the end. So, it's little drama like that, but everything's good. But thanks for asking. I appreciate it. But Mark is always going to be okay because I believe everything's going to be okay. Me personally, I'm okay. It's just the people around me have issues. And, I have to play superhero for the next couple months until it all gets back to normal. Yeah, he'll get his definitely getting his karma right now. My sister said that a lot of people have come up to her and said, "Hey, look, we're sorry you had to deal with this asshole this time. We now see what you were dealing with. He's a child in a man's body, and it's just unfortunate for him." You're absolutely right, Jada. That's one thing that will come is karma. My mom always says you'll get karma before you go to hell, or before you go to heaven, or before you meet Judgment Day. You're gonna get karma, and I believe that. All right. So as far as answering your question here, it's you asked me, when will you find love that will last, right? Well, in the next 3 months, it's going to be very difficult for that. It's very difficult to find in the next few months because of obstacles and delays and not finding the right person. And I still feel like you have some past things on your mind, like you can be like saying, in the past I had this bullshit happen to me. I had bad love. I had a bad person. I had a bad ex. I had not so great relationships, and it made you depressed, or it made you feel like things are difficult and hard. And you can't, move forward because of your past, or your past probably like burdens your thinking to feel like you're gonna get somebody and be with somebody new. Try not to think that way. I know it's hard not to, because you dwell on your past, or your past situations could be haunting you now in the present. But in the next 3 months, it's going to be difficult finding somebody that you can be in a love relationship. But I'm going to check for the rest of the year and see what might happen. Okay. Well, here we go. Yay. You saw if you can only see me, right? I turned the cards over very slow. I was like, okay, okay, great. All right, so time frames are very difficult. I'm pretty good at them, but I would say that we're in March, so March, April, May. So I would say in the summertime, from June onwards, for the rest of this year, from June or from now, I would say now, March 9th to the end of this year, right? This year, you're going to meet somebody, and this person is very mature. They're older than you. Their personality is very, dominant. They're very courageous. They're bold. They say what they say, do what they do. They're very mature. They're like a ruler. Like they rule their own life. Nobody tells them what to do. They do whatever they want, whether you like it or not. But in a good way. Like they make shit happen. They're not conceited or mad or, idiots or, control freak or narcissist. None of that. This person actually takes control. Like they take the reins and they control wherever they go, whatever they do. They don't want to control you. They just want to control their own life and make it better so it makes you better. This person can have like a beard, and they're older than you, maybe like a couple years older than you, maybe 2 to 4 years older than you. But they're a leader. They take the initiative. They could have their own business, or they can have their own position in their job. Like they're a leader. They're a go-getter. They're somebody who has male influence on people. They're a person who has, they have money, they have a good job, they're accomplished, they're confident. They're not cocky, they're not an asshole, but they're very confident in what they do. And this is going to be your wish. This is going to be the person who comes through for you, and it's going to make you feel good health wise. It's going to make you feel like stable. It's going to make you feel like, hey, I have something to celebrate. Finally, I have somebody I can actually be with and love and care about. I feel like this person, like they could already be a father, or they want to be a father. So if you don't have any kids and you want kids, then this person would like to have kids with you. Now, if you have kids and he have kids, then he'll be cool with he'll be cool with your kids, and you'll be cool with his. Like you'll all get along. You'll be fine. If you don't want kids, then that's fine. He might have some and you don't, or vice versa. You might have some and he don't. So either way, could be that, or he just could want a child, or he just likes to be a father figure, or likes to be like somebody who is known as someone who takes control and makes things happen for their family. But this looks like your wish. This looks like the person that you need to be with. They could be a fire sign, could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be. but I'll throw that in there just in case. Um, but I got all good cards here: Nine of Cups, Two of Wands, and the Emperor. So the Emperor is telling me it's a person that's older, that's accomplished. Could be an Aries, could be a Leo, Sag. I got the Two of Wands here, and the Nine of Cups is telling me this is what you're wishing for: is somebody who actually is mature, and somebody that you can look forward to um, being with. But I would say from now to I would say this year, from now onwards, there's a very good chance that you can meet this person and be with this person. I feel like this is going to be your year. There's a lot of planetary change going on right now, and there's a love is in the air apparently. They say that for all Aquariuses too, and now I'm an Aquarius, so it says that from what astrology says, it says that everybody's going to be in love this year and everything's going to change. I believe it, but I'll believe it more when I actually have it in my possession. So yeah, it does sound good. It looks good. I would say the next 3 months it might not happen, because the first set of cards I pulled, it's saying that the next 3 months will be difficult. But as far as being in a relationship, but it doesn't mean you're not going to meet the person in the next 3 months. But as far as like being in love with this person, it's going to take the next 3 months to get to know him. And I would say June, July, things are going to get better and better. So I'm happy for you, Jada. I hope it does happen. I've been getting a lot of love stuff myself. I'm not going to lie. And I'm looking forward to it too if I do have that privilege of being with somebody decent finally. But yeah, the cards are good here, Jada. It looks good. Looks good. I would say like, you know, towards summertime looks like you'll be in love and everything will be, perfect for you. Especially if you're looking for a man, not a boy. So I would say keep an eye out. He might have a beard. Um, he might not, but I get like a guy who's like a beard, has a beard. Yeah, and that's when it usually happens, Jada. Like when you have, yeah, exactly. I'm tired of little girls and hoes and these miserable biatches. I want a real woman that has a brain and wants, a real man like me and not no games and no bullshit. So yeah, if you're finally getting everything together financially and your career and you feel like it's almost time, that's exactly when, we all deserve it. Yes, I do deserve it, definitely. I've been through the ringer and I'm definitely financially more stable now than I've ever been. And I have everything I can possibly imagine to have. I have my life totally organized now. Business is good, money's good, life's good. I'm healthy. I'm not in the hospital. Everybody around me is my burden and my challenge, but I'm definitely ready for a love relationship if it comes my way. I'm always ready, but I'm more ready now than ever. So what you just said just there, yes, I'm finally getting everything together financially and with my career. So I think I'm almost time. It's almost time. I actually feel the same way. I'm actually at the best point I've ever been at in all those categories. And I'm 46. So if there's hope for me, I feel like there's hope for anybody. You know, obviously we want it to happen earlier in life, but then again, some people that have been together with somebody for 20 years in their early stage of life is probably fed up because they've been with that person for so long. That's why we have a lot of divorces, because I feel like a lot of people get married early and people don't spend time with the person that they get married to. You know what I mean? I always feel like that's a problem in life where you get to know each other, you start to date each other, and then you don't even live with each other. I feel like if you live with the person for a year, you'll really know. You'll really, really know after a year if you're really with the right person. Because I think after a year, you really know who a person really is. You can see you're not that dumb. A year is enough time for you to figure out whether or not you're gonna marry somebody. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yep, yeah. So, I mean, at the age that I am now, I feel like I'm more ready now than I've ever been. And if I do get married the next 2 years or 3 years, and I have a child, and I have a child at the age of 50, I'm raising a child at the age of 50. Who cares? You know, um, that for a man, I always feel like it's different. You know, for a woman, obviously having a child after 40 is like a risk. So, and then again, who knows? Age is just a number. I might find some nice, young woman and like in her 30s, I guess. I don't want nobody too young. That's a burden, but that's a challenge. So hopefully, I find somebody that wants to have a child, and if not, I don't really care. Like I feel like it'll happen if it happens. Children aren't the best thing to create right now in this world after the way it's going. Because if my child's born today, she has a right to be a man or a woman or a fucking cat or a dog or identify as a fucking UFO or something like that. I don't want my children to be exposed to stupid shit like that. So it's bad enough I have to explain it to my nephews how stupid the world is. So you know, I don't want to bring my child into a world like this. Hell no. Hi, Daddy. I went to school today and they said that I can identify as a rat. I'm gonna go eat cheese. Okay, okay. You better get over here. I'll beat your ass. You're a damn little girl and you're gonna stay a little girl until I tell you. When you go 18, you do what the hell you want. You want to identify as a rat and go eat cheese? Go right ahead. Hopefully, you find one of those traps and it slaps you into reality. I can't handle this bullshit I hear on the news and I see on TikTok and all these places. Yeah, the world's very unbalanced. It's sickening. It really is. It's sad how people disrespect how God made you and how God made the world. Like you are crazy to even think that you're doing something right by identifying as something you're not. Like, are you really that stupid? Oh boy. But hey, let's just be positive. Let's understand that, all these things are an illusion to us. It doesn't pertain to us. And let them be unbalanced and we keep our balance. We keep yeah, to each their own. Exactly. I say that a lot. Everybody has a right to be who they want to be. I don't really care. The world is the way it is now. My beliefs is my belief. Yours is yours. You're gonna condemn me for my beliefs because they're not as good as yours or they're not what you perceive. I'm supposed to be what you want to be now, and I'm supposed to believe that what you believe is right. So if you can't respect my beliefs, I'm not gonna respect yours, and then we're gonna go separate ways and probably call each other names. But that's okay. That's a part of life. I don't mind. It's all good. I get criticized every day, so it doesn't matter. But the good thing is, Jada, is you got a good reading there. It looks like somebody good's coming to you, and looks I've been getting some good readings myself, and I also feel the same way you feel right now. Like finally get everything together financially and your career, and you feel like now it's all about love. So let's keep our fingers and toes crossed that we will find that and we will be happy. Hopefully, we come in here in the next few months and say, hey, I'm together. I'm with somebody, and it's going great. See you around. I'm gonna go, be with my partner. So let's hope that we get a lot of good news and everybody brings good news in here. I would love that. So we'll see. We shall see. You believe, you shall receive. So let's get to that point of receiving it all. Yes, you're welcome. And thank you as well. I'm going to get out of here. It's almost midnight. I'm going to go get some sleep. I've been on here for 2 hours. So I've done my duty for today. So I'm going to go get some rest. You go get some rest as well. And enjoy the rest of your night, your day. And it was nice to give you a good positive outlook there. So let's see how it all unfolds. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Take care.